What's up, y'all? I'm back for the last video. So, y'all, I want to tell you the real meaning of Thanksgiving. The real Thanksgiving started in 1637. It's called the Pequot Massacre of 1637. Pequot is an American Indian. As an American Indian, so we've been taught Thanksgiving is see Thanksgiving did not start in 1921. That's a lie. Thanksgiving started in 1637. Okay, so I want to say this before I jump into this video. Happy Thanksgiving. Hope you have a great time, man. Let's jump to this video. Now, the last thing I want to say, it's not about race. We also come together as one. See, this the government don't like. The government don't want us to come together as one. I don't care what color you are. I don't care if you're black, white, yellow, and green. We should all come together as one. That's what the government don't like. All right, let's get jump in this video.
Mexico.
It's an
Mexico is
ad. I'm
founded
sorry about that.
extensive in history, the luchadors and horses. I mean horses. Check it out.
Come on, ad.
Whenever
Come
triple
on.
funding, we've been
All right, here we go. I'm sorry for the ads. I can't control that.
All right, Halito, everybody, Grand Rising, Grand
Halito,
Elevations to all the
Halito, no
Color
me chapa.
Aborigines out there. Listen, I know a lot of y'all gonna go out there and y'all gonna celebrate Thanksgiving this holiday. All right, but before
So let
y'all
me show
do
you the
that,
close up.
y'all need to understand the origins of this thing and understand what took place on this
1637,
holiday.
like I said before.
Now, I'm not trying to tell anybody what to do and how to move and what to celebrate. All right. I just want to give y'all the history behind it so y'all can understand. All right. So you're reading this article right now. This is called the 1637 Pequot Massacre, the real story of the annual U.S. Thanksgiving. All right. Y'all see that? The story.
See, they never teach us about this in school. Because they don't want you to know the real meaning behind it. That's why you gotta do your research. I didn't I found this out. I found this information out in 2016. That's how I found out about the real Thanksgiving in 1637. That's why I say do your research and do your genealogy, then you'll find out who you really are. All right, let's continue.
It began in 1614 when a band of English explorers sailed home to England with a ship full of Patuxent Indians bound for slavery. All right, so they had these Indians in captivity. The English did. All right,
And
it
then to
says they
serve
left
it
behind
too.
smallpox, which virtually wiped out those who had escaped. By the time the Pilgrims arrived in Massachusetts Bay, they found only one living Patuxent Indian, a man named Squanto, who had survived slavery in England and knew their language. You see that? So they wiped out a whole village. All right? They wiped out a whole tribe of American Indians. All right? Now watch this. It says he taught them to grow corn and to fish and negotiated a peace treaty between the Pilgrims and the Wampanoag Nation. So he took these people in and started teaching them how to grow corn and how to fish after they just wiped out his entire tribe. And that's always been one of our biggest downfalls. They want us to just forget about everything and just move forward like nothing ever happened. That's the problem. At the end of the first year, the Pilgrims held a great feast honoring Squanto and the Wampanoags. But as the word spread in England about the paradise to be found in the New World, religious zealots called Puritans began arriving by the boatload. Finding no fences around the land, they considered it to be in the public domain. Joined by other British settlers, they seized land, capturing strong young natives for slaves and killing the rest. But the Pequot Nation had not agreed to the peace treaty Squanto had negotiated, and they fought back. The Pequot War was one of the bloodiest Indian wars ever fought. You see that? So this is all going into the Pequot War. Watch this. In 1637, near present-day Groton, Connecticut, over 700 men, women, and children of the Pequot tribe had gathered for their annual Green Corn Festival, which is our Thanksgiving celebration. In the pre-drawn hours, the sleeping Indians were surrounded by English and Dutch mercenaries who ordered them to come outside. Those who came out were shot or clubbed to death, while the terrified women and children who huddled inside the long house were burned alive. You see that? So this is where Thanksgiving stems from. This is where it stems from, because when this happened, after they conquered some of our people, they had celebrations in honor of it. This is where it all came from. It says the next day, the governor of the Massachusetts Bay Colony declared a day of Thanksgiving because 700 unarmed men, women, and children had been murdered. You see that? So they killed innocent men, women, and children, and they celebrated it for Thanksgiving. Cheered by their victory, the brave colonists and their Indian allies attacked village after village. You see that? What did it say? And their Indian allies. So you had other people, other tribes helping them. This is why we continue to be destroyed even today. Even today, it's some of y'all indigenous people right now, y'all siding with other people that's teaching our history. Y'all supporting them. Y'all subscribe to their channels. Y'all sharing a video. Y'all still got the same mindset, and we continue to be destroyed still to this day. Still to this day, it has not changed at all. We still doing the same thing. That's why we're never going to get anywhere, because we don't know how to support our own and just come up with our own things. It's always got to be something outside that we're clinging on to. We always got to be allies with some other people that's helping to destroy our people. And this has nothing to do with racism. There are some white people that's cool. There are some white people that actually got our back. There's some Asians that got our back. There are some Native Americans that got our back. It has nothing to do with race, because I know y'all gonna try to bring race into it. It has nothing to do with race. It's either who's for us and who's not for us, period. That's what it has to do with, all right?
Because we are the original American Indians. The Cabo Clares is the original American Indians. Everybody did not come from Africa. We've been already here more than 5,000 years, more than 50,000 years. We go all the way back to the Olmecs, all the way back to the Aztecs, to the Maya, to the Incas, Zoltec, Toltecs. We are the original people of America. We are the original Indians.
It says women and children over 14 were sold into slavery while the rest were murdered. Boats loaded with as many as 500 slaves regularly left the ports of New England. Bounties were paid for Indian scalps to encourage as many deaths as possible. Following an especially successful raid against the Pequot in what is now Stamford, Connecticut, the churches announced a second day of Thanksgiving to celebrate victory over the heathen savages. During the feasting, the hacked off heads of natives were kicked through the streets like soccer balls. Even the friendly Wampanoag did not escape the madness. Their chief was beheaded and his head impaled on a pole in Plymouth, Massachusetts, where it remained on display for 24 years. You see that? The killings became more and more frenzied, with the days of Thanksgiving feasts being held after each successful massacre. George Washington finally suggested that only one day of Thanksgiving per year be set aside instead of celebrating each and every massacre. Later, Abraham Lincoln decreed Thanksgiving Day to be a legal national holiday during the Civil War. On the same day, he ordered troops to march against the starving Sioux in Minnesota. I know it's going to be a time where people are going to say, well, I'm just doing it for mama, and You know, mama got the dressing just right, man. Mama cooked the, man, she did some macaroni and cheese. She got the dressing just right, man. The cranberry, I'm going over there, man. I'm going to do what I got to do. I understand that and I get it, but at the same day, you need to know the history behind what happened to our people so you can make a conscious decision whether you want to celebrate this or not.
All right, that's the video, y'all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, that thumbs up. Tell me what you think about this video. Put it in the comment section. I'm out of here. Good night, everybody. Happy Thanksgiving. Peace.